November 5th, 1968. As a severe thunderstorm blows through Vandenberg, representatives of the US Air Weather Service were awaiting the launch of FAST Corp's first meteorological sounding rocket. Hello everyone, I'm Ep.3 and welcome back to For All Kerbalkind. Launching as part of Project Storm Fury, a government operation to study cloud seeding and peaceful weather modification, Fulgora 1 will expose a new set of chemicals and bacteria to various atmospheric conditions throughout the flight as it pierces the thick thunderstorm and carbon line. Recovery of these samples is crucial, which is why the sounding rocket is equipped with a set of air brakes and recovery chutes. A local Coast Guard vessel is also standing by to pick up and recover the rocket after it splashed down near the Pacific coast. Encountering heavy turbulence and wind shear on the way down, the rocket's parachute deployment mechanism fires early, resulting in the rocket drifting downwind for over 20 minutes. It will take the local forces almost all night to recover and return the payload in the rough seas. Still, the contract with the US Air Weather Service is fulfilled, and FAST Corp is ready to move on to more pressing matters. December 3rd, a slightly upgraded Initiative launch vehicle lifts off from Pad A1 at the missile range. Its payload, or should I say payloads, will serve as key performance indicators for FAST Corp leadership and NASA contractees. The ascent proceeds as planned, and although a premature tank cover jettison almost causes one of the covers to impact the engine bell, staging goes without issue. After discarding the payload fairings, the X-405H upper stage burns all the way into orbit, and thankfully without any thrust loss issues this time. Having arrived in a 320 by 310 km polar orbit with a near-perfect inclination of 87 degrees, the clock is now ticking for ILEOS Beta and PARASOL. The immediate goal is to correctly orient ILEOS Beta towards the Sun, spin it up, and detach it, before then maneuvering away to prepare for a deorbit burn. On the ground, observers are waiting at McMurdo Station in Antarctica. They will document the probe's re-entry with US Navy forces standing by for a mock capsule recovery test. The deorbit burn proceeds as planned, and all three auxiliary motors fire as intended, separating the PARASOL probe from its orbital stage. As the probe passes entry interface and enters plasma blackout, telemetry contact with the probe is lost. Only after recovery, the mission planners realize that the loss of one of the solid motor casings nearly caused the probe to burn up on entry. PARASOL drops below the clouds, deploying its parachute and activating its recovery beacon. Navy crews struggle to locate the small capsule, but eventually succeed, recovering PARASOL just a few hundred nautical miles away from McMurdo Station. December 20th, 1968. Following a heavy investment into assembly streamlining, another Initiative 1A rocket lights its engines. Lifting off in the early morning hours, this will be FAST Corp's final launch of the year. Fittingly, this final launch is also one of utmost importance, serving as a major milestone for FAST Corp ambitions beyond low Earth orbit. Selene 1 is a lunar impactor probe, designed to not only study translunar space during transit, but also provide a seismic study opportunity for existing measurement stations on the lunar surface. Successfully launching into the lunar plane, the ever-reliable target guidance platform, a staple of the Initiative launch vehicle, begins its automatic alignment towards a calculated maneuver. The Altair solid rocket motor lights up, propelling Selene towards the moon. Due to concerns over residuals in the solid motor, a secondary HTP thruster is used to precisely finalize the impact trajectory. This two-phase burn strategy proved successful, and the trajectory is now on course for an impact. Gathering much science on the way to the moon, Selene arrives in low lunar space in the early morning hours of December 24th. And not that much later, the final packets of telemetry are received, as the probe is presumed to have impacted the surface successfully. Seismometer readings on the lunar surface will later reveal that Selene 1 managed to, by sheer accident, impact just a mere 11 kilometers away from the historical Surveyor 4 probe and Trinity 3 crewed landing sites. In January 1969, a shipping container bound for Texas carries FAST Corp's most ambitious scientific payload yet, Aristotle, a probe designed to study Mars from orbit. In an official press briefing, company leadership explains that the first of its new medium-lift launch vehicles would no longer be ready for a launch in time for the Mars window. Not wanting to miss the scientific opportunity, a rideshare agreement is signed with the Astra Foundation, allowing FAST Corp to launch Aristotle towards its destination on a Foundation rocket instead. But behind closed doors, there was a vastly different reason for the change in launch plans.
Good morning, sir. Well, we are still on track for the uncrewed test flight. Sir, we still don't have the new engine. It would be immensely risky to... Yes, I think we can do it, but like I said... Understood, sir.
Thank you all so much for watching. I know this episode took a bit longer to make, but progress towards episode 4 is already being made. And I hope you're excited to see where FAST Corp is headed next. Now, if you'd like to support what I do and want to help me improve future videos, I have now launched a Ko-fi account. Support is entirely voluntary, but it would go a long way to help me make even better content in the future, be it for All Kerbalkind or otherwise. And you can get your name in the credits here. With that out of the way, this is Ep.3 signing off, and I'll see you next time.